Welcome to Show Me Something Wrong,
where each episode one of us chooses a movie to watch that the other hasn't seen. The movie is often obscure, usually odd, and always wrong. I'm Dave.
And I'm Guy.
And this mini-season we're focusing on rip-offs, unofficial sequels, and wrong adaptations. Today I've chosen the movie, and it is Gums. It's from the US, from 1976, and it's directed by Robert J. Kaplan.
Why did you say that like that?
His name?
Yeah.
Kaplan.
Kaplan.
I don't know.
All right. I was expecting like a sexual pun in there or something.
No.
Because the whole opening credits of this film is full of sexual puns. Are they going to be like, what was his first name? Oh, I forgot his name already.
Robert J. Kaplan.
Robert J.
Come, man.
Well,
Doesn't quite work.
I'll get into the credits later. You do your thing.
Well, should we begin by what we usually do with this season? And talk the film that this is a rip-off of, or in this case, a parody of.
Yeah.
So Jaws.
Jaws. I've seen that one.
You've seen that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we mentioned it like in the E.T. episode. I do think Jaws is the most ripped-off movie of all time.
Yeah.
There are so many fucking Jaws rip-offs.
Yeah. And that music is just so iconic.
Yeah, absolutely. I do love... I mean, this is not a hot take at all. I fucking love Jaws so much.
Controversial opinion.
But I watched Jaws when I was really young, and it really fucked me up a lot. And I still have a fear of sharks based on that film as well.
It's a scary film, yeah. I watched it when I was probably, I think, 10, perhaps. I was definitely in primary school. And that scene where the severed head, like, comes out of the shipwreck, that fucked me up.
Yes, me too, me too. It's also, like, it's a case of a film where the things that went wrong on that film made it what it is as well. Like, the shark not working, like, the mechanical shark not working. Because, like, not seeing it it's so frightening.
Oh, it's great. It's just the barrels. All you see is the barrels. It's awesome.
It's so fucking great. I heard about a screening of Jaws. I think it was in America. They screened it outdoors, but it was like either by the ocean or in a lake or something. So they had the screen on the shore, and then everyone was in the water. I
love it.
Like in
little boats.
little
I've seen a
floaties
picture
and boats
of that.
watching it. I think I would probably have a heart attack watching
I mean, it's the perfect setting to watch it, isn't it? Where I'm from, Brighton, I can't remember if they still do it because I've been in Japan for so long, but at least at one point in time they would do a movie screening every summer on the beach. And they would normally play Quadrophenia, because that was filmed in Brighton, the Who film, and then Jaws as well. They put this massive, erect this massive screen on the beach, and everyone would just lay on the rocks and just sit and get pissed. It was really fun.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. It's a great little viewing experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to the stories of things going wrong on that production, I just remember hearing that every now and again a boat would appear in the background and they would just have to wait hours for it to sail out of frame so they can continue filming. How awful would that be?
Imagine, I was thinking about filming, a film where it's mostly set in the sea would be a fucking nightmare, right? I was listening to a podcast recently about shooting Pirates of the Caribbean, and they would set up a shot, but then the boat would slowly drift out of frame, and they'd have to reset it up. And they had the same issue of boats appearing in the background, but at least now you can digitally take it out, right? But with Jaws, you can't do that.
You can't do it. Just whilst we're still on the subject, I remember back when I was 10 or whatever with my friend, and this is obviously before internet days and before we had access to movie stills or whatever, Google Images.
Yeah.
And so I remember my friend and he had one of those disposable winding cameras.
Yeah.
And we paused the TV. He had a VHS recording of the TV and we paused it and took a picture of the shark as it came out the water. And he would go around school with this picture that he got printed out of Jaws. And he'd be like, look, I saw this fucking shark. And everyone was like, no, you didn't. And I was like, yeah, I did. Look at the picture.
Oh, we can't do things like that
anymore.
You can't,
no.
Oh.
Those were the good days.
Those were the days. Let's go back to that time.
Taking pictures of shark TV or digital camera. No, sorry, not with a digital camera. Fucking, what do you call those? Like disposable cameras.
Camera.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking great. Well, should we get on to Gums itself?
You know what? I'm glad Gums is what it is and not what I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like I think we've said it in this season before. We were not really planning to do porno parodies. People were messaging us as well, being like, "Oh, you're gonna do this one, you're gonna do this." Like, of all these porn parodies, it's like, well, no, they're obviously wrong.
Yeah,
and it's not really that interesting to talk about. But this film is something else. This film is fucking insane.
Yeah,
in a way that you would not expect. I think
there were many things that came. Literally, that I did not expect. Yeah. But when you said it's a Jaws porn parody called Gums, I thought it was going to be like elderly people, like remove the dentures, and give them a gummy.
Yeah. Well, that's what the title would suggest, right?
In fact, the title is pretty irrelevant.
Very irrelevant. Yeah,
it's only just occurred to me.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, shall we get into a little bit of the backstory
Here we go.
of this film?
Yes.
I don't have a lot on this film. There's not a lot. And there is basically nothing written about the director of this film, Robert J. Kaplan. So he's only made this film, Gums, and one film that is now a much better known film than Gums. It wasn't previously, but now it has been, thanks to a release, like a restoration and a Blu-ray release from the American Genre Film Archive. And that film is called Scarecrow in a Garden of Cucumbers.
Oh.
Have you heard of this film?
I have not.
Yeah, so...
It sounds interesting.
It is very interesting. And I think maybe talking a little bit about this film will kind of give some context of why Gums is so insane.
Okay.
So this film, Scarecrow in a Garden of Cucumbers, is a film starring Holly Woodlawn. Do you know Holly Woodlawn? So Holly Woodlawn was a trans actress and an Andy Warhol collaborator. And she starred in Trash, the Warhol film Trash, and Women in Revolt. And she's also the Holly that is mentioned in Lou Reed's Walk on the Wild Side song. So she was an extremely well-known kind of countercultural person. So Scarecrow in a Garden of Cucumbers stars her, plus a whole lot of other people from that world. And it is completely fucking unhinged, totally insane. It's part musical, part unhinged comedy. It kind of feels like a cleaner John Waters.
Right.
With a bit of like the Zucker brothers put in there as well.
Right.
And yeah, unfortunately, like the Blu-ray release of the film, it focuses purely on Holly Woodlawn rather than the director. So all the information is just about her.
Okay.
But in the booklet that comes with it, it's written by a guy called Jeff Copeland, who wrote a book about Holly Woodlawn. And he sets the scene of where this film was made, which I think will inform us a bit about Gums as well. So I just wanted to read a bit from his booklet, if you don't mind. So he says, Scarecrow in a Garden of Cucumbers, wild, irreverent satire. And to fully appreciate it, I needed to understand what was happening culturally at the time it was made. So in 1972, the United States was in the throes of radical social change, thanks in part to the sexual revolution, women's lib, and the gay rights movement. So that's like when it was made, right? And it's very much of that time.
Yeah.
So the upright wave of conservatism that proliferated American politics sparked a tsunami of rebellion. Countercultural underground filmmakers like Andy Warhol, Paul Morrissey, and John Waters satirized everything the establishment represented. And over-the-top acting, outrageous visual gags, and slapstick antics were once again a popular entertainment trend in the genre of comedy. So while that's not about Gums, I think...
But it's very... You can apply it.
Yeah, you can apply it to Gums, right? So this is a film very much of that time. And that's why I think it's not the typical kind of like dumb comedy porno parody. There's like a sense of madness and anti-establishment
it's completely
energy.
Unhinged. Yeah.
When I heard about this film, I did not expect it to be like this. Yeah, it's much more manic than I expected.
Yeah.
I am interested to know what you actually thought of the film, but maybe we can get to that later on once we dive into
you know what?
film.
Before I go into any of the details, I went through so many different thoughts and emotions whilst watching this. Right off the beginning, I was just like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah,
and there were so many, and I think it is because, I mean, it just tries so hard to be funny. Mm-hmm. Every fucking sentence is a gag and a joke, and it is relentless.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of over-the-top, relentless child humor. It's like fart humor.
Yeah.
Non-stop. Almost like as if it's like Blazing Saddles, trauma style, over the top, and very, very self-aware, silly humor. And that never goes down well with me. So there were moments where I was just like, oh, fuck, this is exhausting. And then there were other moments I was like, oh, I definitely wasn't expecting that. And other moments I was like, this is pretty fucking great. And then exhausting once again. So it was a roller coaster of emotions.
It was interesting for me. I felt the same way the first time I watched it, where I was like, I don't know if I can handle 80 minutes of this film, or 70. It's not even 80 minutes. But the second time I watched it, I kind of love how hard it goes. Like, there are so many dick jokes.
Oh, yeah.
In this film.
It's relentless.
It's so relentless. And I think the relentlessness of it almost becomes a joke unto itself as well. So I kind of appreciated it more the second time around. But anyway, shall we get into the film itself?
Yeah.
I wanted to, but before we dive into it, I wanted to be clear. We did not watch the version of this film that's available as an extra on the Scarecrow Blu-ray. That's a much cleaner looking version of this. We watched the hardcore version of this, the uncensored version that is only available in a very ratty VHS rip.
Do you know why Scarecrow decided not to include or release the uncensored version?
I'm not sure why they decided that. I assume maybe there wasn't a good print of it or something like that.
Even just as like an extra or something.
Yeah, it is. It is a shame.
Without the hardcore content, this kind of it's almost irrelevant. Like
what I find really weird is like looking at Letterboxd and reading some reviews. Some reviews are like, don't worry about the hardcore version. It's just the same thing, and you don't miss anything. And I'm like, no. I've watched both, and you miss some of the film's craziest moments.
Yeah.
The censored version or the like non-hardcore version. Yeah. It is fun in its own way. Like, it does some like funny censorship sort of stuff, but you miss so much.
The thing that I've found the most, and I'm sure you're going to touch on it as well, but unlike other, porn films with a narrative that, you'll stop the narrative to feature a full-on fuck scene for like 15, 20 minutes or whatever. This film, the porn scene, the sex scenes are so embedded in the story that they're never actually the focus.
Totally, yeah.
Nor are they erotic in any sense whatsoever. Oh, dude. So I feel like taking them out would just like take away so much of the story.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good point as well. Like it often doesn't really feel like a porn film.
No.
Right? Like, the porn is, as you said, so unerotic, repulsive, and just sort of, cut to occasionally within the larger, the context of a larger scene, right?
It doesn't take you out of the story. It is the story,
Yeah. If there is a story to this.
Fucking hell.
Alright.
So, opening, running, on the beach, music playing.
A man with a big old mustache.
Strips off his clothes.
Willy flopping about.
We get our, first title, which is Come Loud Films. And that was my first thought. What the fuck is this? What is Come Loud? Do you know, have Come Loud Films produced anything else?
Not that I know of. I didn't do too much research into that.
And then the said man, he starts digging, now bollock naked, digging through the sand, and he digs up some porn from the sand. Some old porno mags.
Where did that come from?
Was that his like buried treasure or something? And then he just starts rubbing the magazines all over himself in like pure ecstasy. Like, who does that? I mean, that's how you get a paper cut on your dick.
It's not. It's not it doesn't seem like a fun thing to do.
What would you even gain from that?
I don't know. And also, he's there with a woman who's like running after him, who then watches him doing this and is like, oh well, guess I'll leave then. So he's like wanking himself off with these pages from sandy porno mags, and then for some reason I guess he's like so horny from doing this, he has to go cool down in the water. Maybe. But anyway, he wades into the water. We get a classic Jaws POV shot heading towards. Now there weren't any willies in Jaws, I'll tell you that much. We're like moving rather towards his, rather than his legs flopping about, it's his willy flopping about under the water. And then he screams as if he's been attacked by something. Yeah. But his screams then turn to groans of pleasure.
That's right.
Oh, God. That feels so good. Oh, my God. Where were you 10 minutes ago?
What happened to the woman he was with 10 minutes ago?
Could have just been with her.
Can I just mention also, is it me or was he not actually in the sea? It looks like he's in a lake or something.
Yeah. I'm kind of confused by the bodies of water we see in this, because you see... Yeah, lakes, we see the ocean. The underwater shots are often just in a pool, obviously, as well. But anyway, he's loving it, but it does kill him, this blowjob underwater blowjob he's getting. Yeah, he gets dragged under the water, and then his severed, gigantic penis, definitely not the same penis, floats up to the top of the water.
Bops out the water.
Yeah.
And then we get the 2001 Space Odyssey song playing on top. It's like, boom, 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 boom.
So then hard cut to a hairy butt pounding away on someone. Not a nice image to see. No. And yeah, it's a guy dressed in a cowboy hat.
Oh, old Sheriff Coxswain.
Yeah, Rooster Coxswain is his full name. Double cock joke for his name there. Dressed in a cowboy hat with his gun holster still on, pounding away. So this guy is played by an actor called Paul Stiles, who doesn't seem to have been in much else. However, some of the other people that show up in this are quite well-known performers. Yeah, one of them you definitely know.
Do I?
But you perhaps just didn't recognize him. But Sheriff Coxswain gets the call, answers it, and yeah, we hear about the murder.
Dick that's washed up.
The washed up
It's
dick.
a fucking massive dildo. Like, it's so obviously just a massive dildo.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, he heads to the beach and meets his sidekick there, Deputy Dick.
Of course.
They didn't put much effort into that one.
No.
Fishes out the giant dildo by the rock. So Deputy Dick is a ridiculous character. He's also in a cowboy hat and has a silly scarf on as well. He's played by Raz Keen, who is not super well known, but a relatively known porno actor. Okay. He's in a few films around this time, including the really great porn film, The Opening of Misty Beethoven. Oh, yeah. You ever seen that? That's a great film. But yeah, he's good stuff. Kind of well-known porn actor. There you go. So there you go. It's our first known actor.
They dropped in a joke here that I quite enjoyed. Oh, yeah? So just before that, with the whole Sheriff Coxswain and everything, I literally wrote in my notes, I hate this kind of humour so much. But then, whilst they were down in the beach and they retrieved the severed cock, I think it's Sheriff Coxswain says, looks like it's been sucked off by a beaver. Yeah. And then we just cut to a beaver. Yeah. It's the beaver just looking at the camera.
I enjoyed that.
It's quite a sharp little joke.
I also liked a line after that where he's like, Deputy Dick is just obsessed with this dick.
He wants to keep it.
He won't leave it alone. He's just fumbling about with it. And Coxswain's like,
now put that cock down, huh? I gotta get some lip prints off of that.
So that was pretty funny as well. Why does Deputy Dick want this dick so bad?
It's a big dick, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it's a nice souvenir to take from a crime.
I mean, it clearly being a severed a dildo is one thing, but if it looked like a severed penis, you can imagine it'd just be this gross severed little bits of flesh and a nut hanging out of the end. It's not the kind of thing that you want to take home.
I mean, I wouldn't want to take home a dirty dildo. Either.
No. But dirty, if you're comparing dicks, a dildo looks more attractive than the actual severed penis. Is the point I'm trying to say?
If I had like a little platter and it had an actual severed penis and a dirty wet dildo. And I'm like, you have to take one of these home, guy. You're going to choose the dildo, right?
I probably would.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do with it, but I'd at least have to take it home.
Yeah. Just put it in the cupboard, put it away. Don't worry about it. So Coxswain, he wants the beach to be shut down, much like in Jaws. It is quite funny how this film really follows the beats of Jaws quite well. He heads back to the office, gives the dick to his receptionist, who immediately starts like putting it up to her mouth and giving it little kisses.
It's in the fucking like evidence bag. She's like sucking it through a bag. So gross.
Everyone is very horny in this film. So he goes back to his desk and the receptionist comes over and we get our first like hardcore shot, right? Of her giving him a blowjob.
His dick is black.
Well, that's the next person that
is
comes
it?
in. Yeah, so the mayor Ike White is his name for some reason.
Oh, right, that's right, yeah.
He comes in and there's a line. You must have enjoyed this line. I found it very upsetting. And I'm like, surely Guy is going to enjoy this line.
Oh, what was it?
So he comes in, he's enraged, this mayor. And this mayor he is a ridiculous character. Like this actor it feels like he's chosen his own costume and he's like trying to stand out as much as he can.
Yeah.
Just dressed absolutely absurdly. And he says a very gross line.
Dick tells me you shut that beach tighter than a virgin's cunt.
You didn't enjoy it?
Why would you think I would like that line?
It just feels like something you'd enjoy.
Excuse me? How dare you?
But yeah, he's rambling away, and we cut to the receptionist still sucking off Coxswain while he's having this conversation with the mayor, and she's dipping his dick in coffee.
Why would you do that? And he does the Dan Aykroyd eyes, doesn't he?
The Ghostbusters cross-eyed as he's getting the blowjob.
But his dick in hot coffee.
Yeah, so he finishes off his blowjob, and then the mayor goes behind the desk and also gets a blowjob. And yeah, we cut away to his dick, and it's a black person's dick.
That was quite funny.
Good gag.
Good
quality gag.
Yeah. Now, suddenly in comes a priest.
Yes.
Who is actually black. So I was thinking that's probably just the priest's black dick getting sucked.
Possibly, yeah.
In comes a black priest and he's holding the shoes of his dead twin brother. And here we see an amazing flashback.
Yeah.
Like you said about the differences in bodies of water, clearly shot in a pool here. And the brother is in the ocean pool with the priest he's got a fucking puffer fish on a fishing rod and he's just waving it around through the air in front of his brother's face who's getting sucked off by a something, not a shark.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loving it, but gets pulled under. Pulled under. But the whole while, this puffer fish... And it's a very small... It might even have a fucking hat on. I can't remember. It's one of those little pufferfish that you get in souvenir shops around the beach, right? And it's just on a fishing rod. And it's not even in the water. It's flying through the air. Bumping off his head whilst it's getting sucked off. It's ridiculous. But... Yeah, the brother gets sucked and pulled underwater. And the priest is like, that's the last I ever saw of him.
I love the fact that you're like... It might have even had a hat on.
It might have done.
Not sure, but it might.
But you get those.
Yeah.
Like a sombrero or something.
It reminds me of, do you remember in the mid to late 90s, it became really popular to have those singing fish?
Oh, yeah.
Those you like mount them on the wall.
Big mouth bass or something like that, yeah.
It's like that.
They were awful.
Yeah, why was that a thing? Yeah. That was a real thing.
That was, my friend had one.
Your mate had one?
Had one, yeah.
Did you ask like why he did he buy it, or it feels?
I think it was a present.
It feels like something a dad would buy.
Maybe his dad did buy it. His dad was a bit funny. But there's that episode in the Sopranos where Tony Soprano is haunted by his big mouth bass.
That's right.
Remember?
That's right. Oh my god!
Yeah, that was such a thing.
Craze.
They went out of fashion pretty fast, didn't they?
Oh, that is very
Can we still
funny.
buy them?
Yeah, we should check after the app.
Show me something wrong. Official licensed merch have a singing bass. Just saying Grim.
Grim. So we've heard this tale of the priest's twin brother being sucked to bits, and the sheriff immediately assumes that this is the work of a sex-crazed mermaid.
It doesn't make sense.
Very, very funny conclusion to jump to, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong, is he?
No.
So
It's convenient, wasn't it?
he decides they need to bring in an expert.
Oh.
Now, this is someone you know.
Dr.
Cy Smegma. Played by someone you 100% have seen.
Oh, man.
So this person is played... you might not have recognized the name in the credits because it was a fake name.
I don't think I watched them.
So the name in the credits is Richard Lair.
Okay.
But this guy is played by Robert Kerman.
Oh, Cannibal Holocaust?
Yeah.
Fuck!
That is Cannibal
No
Holocaust.
way!
Yeah. So I knew that you would know him, but I wasn't sure if you'd recognize him because I didn't when I first
not
watched
at
it.
all.
Yeah, he was a prolific.
I knew he was a porn actor.
Yeah, he's in Debbie Does Dallas, all sorts of stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's kind of more normal for him to be in this rather than Cannibal Holocaust. Funnily enough, in these scenes where we're seeing him, I was like, man, the music here, it really reminds me of Cannibal Holocaust, even though it's before Cannibal Holocaust. And I looked up who did the music. And it wasn't the guy who did Cannibal Holocaust.
Right.
I've forgotten who that is. Riz Ortolani, maybe. But the person who did the music for this is gonna fucking blow your fucking mind. Yeah. The composer for this film is Brad Fiedel, the composer of the Terminator film.
Oh my god.
Isn't that fucking insane?
And this is like composed for this movie, not just taken from something.
Yes.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That broke my brain. Because, like, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, it's kind of an interesting score. It's got that synthy kind of feel. Brad Fiedel.
What?
Yeah.
What was he doing in the 70s?
Insane. Absolutely fucking insane. So that's definitely the biggest name involved
Holy
in this film.
Shit.
But yeah, that broke something in my brain.
Do you know, is this still on his, like, resume?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, maybe
fucked.
not when he's applying for jobs, but...
Yeah. God.
Yeah, but, yeah, fucking hell, that really...
Dr. Smegma's theme song.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Mind-blowing. Anyway.
I wonder how James Cameron got to know him.
Maybe he watched Gums and was like, you know what? I like the music.
No.
Let's get Brad in here. So we meet this Smegma character, this expert.
Yeah, who's getting whipped.
And when we meet him as well, it comes up with this title that explains what Smegma is.
What?
So it's like, Smegma, a cheese-like substance under the foreskin of the penis. I'm like, did we need that?
We didn't need that.
And it's also... It's not a nice thing to read, is it? Especially if you're watching... No one's watching this for a wank, I guess, but like...
Someone might have, like, before they seen the rest of the movie.
Yeah. And in the non-hardcore version of this, there's way more stuff like that, like titles and stuff that they put in to make up for the fact that we're not seeing hardcore stuff.
You know what? This is so irrelevant. However...
You're going to tell us a Smegma story?
No, I'm going to tell you a title story.
Okay.
And I watched, just yesterday or the day before, the sequel to The Machine Girl. You know that Noboru Gucci film? The Machine Girl that came out, like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah. Which kind of, like, started the Sushi Typhoon craze, and there's a massive onslaught of those, like, annoying...
Garbage, yeah.
But I always enjoyed... Well, I enjoyed Machine Girl when I watched it, but I'd never seen the sequel, and I watched it, just I thought, why the hell not? And... literally every character that gets introduced gets their own title screen, like the Dr. Smegma thing in this, and it's just so fucking annoying.
I hate that as a trope so much. Yeah.
When did that become a thing?
Is it? Maybe I'm wrong, but is it a Tarantino thing? Did he do that in Kill Bill? I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I've watched that, or like a Guy Ritchie thing, or like it feels like very early 2000s, like late 90s, early 2000s. But it's so fucking annoying.
It's so annoying. And every single character in this Machine Girl sequel had their own title screen. And it felt to me like you're playing a video game kind of thing. And it was like introducing new boss characters every few minutes. And it's like, I just exhausted. It pulls you right out of the movie every single time.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Not a fan.
We should do it for our next films. Bring it back.
What? What
the titles.
What are you going to have in Dr. Smegma again?
Let's bring back Dr. Smegma.
Can you imagine, like, if in the middle of Cat St. Blues, it was just like, douche, Catman.
And, like, every character as well. Claire. Just...
Like in my film, Sound of Summer, just the Cicada Man.
Yeah. Little guitar.
And this is all the
it's
guitar.
always
Oh,
that,
it's
right?
fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Fuck that.
So in the cut version of Gums, there's a lot of that.
A lot of titles, not necessarily to introduce characters, but like little gags and stuff will pop up on screen. Often to like cover the hardcore, they'll like put up a title with a little joke.
Not for me.
Not for me.
No.
So anyway, Dr. Smegma.
Ugh.
He's the author of Zen and the Art of Whacking Off. And apparently him and Coxswain, the sheriff, they worked on a case together with Cock Cousteau. It's endless.
It is.
It's endless. And we're just seeing, as we hear about Smegma, we're seeing him we don't really see his face. We're just seeing him lying on kind of like a doctor's, like, what would you call it?
Operation table.
Yeah, like an operation table, and he's getting punished by a couple of babes who are sort of whipping him and stuff. And, he calls up Smegma and invites him to come and help with this case. So, essentially, Dr. Smegma is the Hooper of this story, like Hooper from Jaws.
Is that who he is?
And Coxswain is the Brody.
Right.
So we've got our two leads here.
You know what? It's been so long since I've seen Jaws that I just couldn't put the pieces together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I feel like I've watched it so many times. Like I know every beat that's coming, and this does really follow the beats. We also meet another guy who's quite interesting here. So while Coxswain is talking to the mayor, we also have a newspaper reporter there. A character called Norm Gingold. Yeah. And this guy, did you recognize him?
No, I did not, no.
He's a pretty well-known actor. So he's played by Zach Norman, who's in quite a few big films, including Romancing the Stone. I'm not sure if you've seen that movie. He died last year. To be honest, like pretty much everyone in this film is no longer with us, pretty much. But the one thing I found really interesting about this guy, he was an actor, but he was also an art collector. And he broke the record at the time, maybe in like 2017, for selling an art piece for the highest price.
Oh, really?
At that time.
Yeah.
And the piece was by Jean-Michel Basquiat, who was another Andy Warhol collaborator. So I'm wondering if he was like part of this world, right?
Yeah.
Because there's all these sort of Warhol connections.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
Yeah.
I still love Basquiat when I was a boy. He was like my favorite artist.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's funny. There's weird, a thing here that, I mean, you mentioned his name as well, the press guy. Norm Gingold, is it? So he wants to write the story about the severed penises and the mayor's stopping him, right? And the press guy, he says, they don't call me Norm Gingold for nothing. And I didn't quite get... Is there a reference in there that I'm just not getting?
Maybe.
He wants to publish a story. The mayor's like, no, you can't publish it. He goes, no, they don't call me Norm Gingold for nothing.
That's a good point. Should I Google Norm Gingold? See what comes up?
Yeah.
Give us a moment. Nothing is coming up.
It just doesn't make sense.
No.
It's like imagine someone saying like, Dave, don't do this. You say, no, they don't call me Dave for nothing. It's like, it's like without any context, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's quite strange. I wonder, maybe it's some cultural reference that's kind of lost on us, because they also make like Watergate references in this. So it's like very much like a 70s thing. So is it a play on like on a more famous reporter? I don't know.
Could be.
Or it's just a poorly written.
That's probably most likely, yeah. So he writes the story about like what people getting sucked off at the beach. Yeah. Beware. And everyone flocks to the beach.
I like the headline of the newspaper. It's like in capitals, "Great sucking in Great Head, Long Island." So the place
is called Great Head.
Great Head. Good joke.
Everyone goes for some sucking.
Yeah. So yeah, everyone's very excited about this. Very excited. And there's a lot of moments here that I was very baffled by, including this scene. So after everyone's all pumped, Deputy Dick is just like driving around town, kind of celebrating. And everyone's really excited and like clapping for him. And he's like standing up as he drives.
I don't remember that.
It has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
But I'm like, what is this Deputy Dick character? What is he supposed to be? Baffled. I did love this scene though. So we have the town hall meeting, and this guy is like ringing the bell to like start the town hall, and it's like really, it's very like theatrically run with this like bell going off, and then the mayor comes in wearing this fucking enormous tie that's sort of like hanging over the podium.
Yeah, so that tie is fucking ridiculous.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's the simple jokes that work best for me.
that really cracked me up.
The big tie.
Yeah.
The big tie. So simple.
And yeah, he announces, the mayor announces they're going to try and capture this she-devil mermaid.
They put a bounty for $500 on that.
And of course, we now have to have our Quint of the movie enter. So this is the thing I'm most excited to talk about with this film. So the meeting's interrupted by a German voice. Mm-hmm. And we cut to a guy in a Nazi uniform. And he gives this big, frightening speech about how he's going to catch that bitch. He keeps calling the mermaid a bitch. And this is so insane, this scene. So everyone at the town hall starts shouting, "Who is that kraut?"
Carl Clitoris. That's who I am.
And then he announces himself as Captain Carl Clitoris. He's a former U-boat patrol captain. And this is my favorite discovery of doing this episode.
Yeah.
And this kind of was a nice reminder of why I love doing this podcast, because you dig out some crazy stuff researching this. So I looked up this guy. So this character, Captain Carl Clitoris, is played by a guy called Theodore Gottlieb. Okay. Better known as Brother Theodore. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No, it doesn't ring any bells.
I had not heard of him, but I looked him up. I'm like, wow, he's in a lot of well-known stuff. So who is this guy? I had no idea who he was, but he was kind of a comedian, kind of a performance artist. Okay. It's kind of hard to like place him. Yeah. But what he does in this film is basically what his act was. Like these mad, rambling...
Oh, he rambles a lot in this.
Madness, right? Yeah. It's like real nutty stuff, right?
Yeah, it sounded like he was just going like free for all on his speech.
Yeah.
Like, as if it probably wasn't even all scripted. He just went off the rails and rambled.
Yeah.
Relentlessly.
Very much so.
Said some very spicy things.
And I think you're going to be extra shocked about the spicy stuff when you hear about this guy. I watched a documentary about him.
Oh, wow.
So it's called, To My Great Chagrin, The Unbelievable Story of Brother Theodore from 2007. It's a very strange documentary. It actually has puppets in it, much like Gums, which we'll get to later. And it's just audio of people talking about him and clips from his shows. And you don't even know who it is that's talking about him. They don't even have the names coming up. But some of the people talking about him are very fucking famous people.
Really?
But yeah, from this documentary, here are some of the fucking insane things I learned about this guy. So his parents were friends with Einstein. And he claims that his mother had an affair with Einstein.
What?
He was a chess master and used to play chess with Einstein.
The fuck?
And then in the 20s, he was like a Berlin playboy kind of character. And he was one of the richest men in Germany. So he's extremely rich. But this is where it gets really fucking dark. So he was also Jewish. Let that sink in for a moment for his character.
Sounds great.
So he was Jewish and he was sent to a concentration camp during the war. And he actually would have been possibly one of the richest men in the world had it not been for World War II. Because while he was in this concentration camp, the Nazis did this thing where they got Jewish people to sign away all of their fortunes. So he did that during the war and lost all of his money. So then he came to the States with absolutely nothing and just started doing these one-man shows. They were kind of like stand-up, I guess.
Right.
But it's not quite stand-up. But he turned this kind of like horror that he'd experienced in the camps into this kind of insane ranting comedy where he'd often like would talk about Nazis and like reenact things that he'd seen. And among his fans, Woody Allen was a huge fan of him, and Lenny Bruce. Do you know Lenny Bruce was like a really famous stand-up as well. They were huge fans of him, and Woody Allen cast him in one of his plays. So he was in a Woody Allen play, but got fired almost immediately because he was totally unpredictable on stage and was just completely inconsistent.
Yeah, I can totally imagine
you
that.
can see from this film.
Yeah.
Woody Allen also apparently gave him weed brownies at one point and was like, don't have too many, and he just ate 6 and had this insane trip as well. He was also in The Burbs by Joe Dante.
Oh, yeah.
So Joe Dante was a big fan. He did David Letterman appearances.
What the fuck?
He was not...
This Nazi?
Yeah. Or this concentration camp survivor that dresses up as the Nazis. So he's not a household name, obviously.
No.
But he's very much like a comedian's comedian and was hugely influential, to other comedians. So, like, thinking about all that, like, after I watched this documentary, I'm like, this is so fucked up that in this film, he's playing a Nazi and like ranting about Nazi stuff, talking about Hitler, and he's this Jewish concentration camp survivor.
That's just fucked.
Yeah, but that like blew my fucking mind. So that was definitely that's been my favorite piece of information I've found for a podcast.
What an interesting person! What a life!
Yeah,
but just to think he wound up in this film as a Nazi, that's just bizarre.
But you can really see, like, learning about how inconsistent he was, and like you can see how unhinged he is.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's unhinged in every single scene.
Yeah, and like what he's saying, like it's just like fever dream sort of dialogue.
I liked what he was saying because he's talking about capturing the mermaid, and he says,
"Let me piss on her tits. Let me rip apart her fucking entertainment center. Let me." All right.
Mad stuff that he's saying, right?
I've never heard that. Calling it an entertainment center. That's a good euphemism.
Fucking nuts. But yes, so you have this mad scene of this Captain Carl Clitoris?
Yeah.
Talking about pissing on tits and demanding oil?
That's it.
He wants to be paid in oil.
He doesn't want the $500. He wants oil.
Yeah. Oh. And everyone is just sort of gobsmacked. Everyone in the audience just has their mouths hanging open. The scene is shot really oddly as well, like, because you're looking at the town hall meeting, right, in a brightly lit room, and he's in the back of the room against an organ, and the lighting is so completely different that I didn't even know they were in the same room. I thought we were cutting back and forth between 2 different locations before he actually walked down the walkway of the town hall. Amazing stuff. It's a very oddly lit scene. And then we get even madder after this. We see his pet. So he's got this pet vulture. Yeah. We just cut to this. It's like in a kind of black room, right? We don't even know where we are. But it's a vulture with a giant human dick. And it's this like kind of mad puppet. Yeah. And Captain Clitoris is just talking to this vulture about the war. Yeah. And then it does a big massive cum. And like this scene, I was watching this and just going, so this was in the script because they had to make this wasn't improvised. Right? Yeah, they had to make. They're like, all right, so we need a giant. We need a vulture with a giant dick, and it has no bearing on anything in the film. No, but I loved it. That was great. And then he does a big old cum, and Captain Clitoris says, "Absolutely disgusting." Fuck. And then talking about cums, then we just cut to a news report about more dicks being found. Yeah. And it's a guy listening to this in his car who's getting a blowjob, and then upon hearing this information about dicks being ripped off, he's so excited by this, he pushes the woman off who's giving him a blowjob, who then leans out of the car and spits out all the cum. Oh, it's fucking gross. And that's it. Everyone's rushing towards the beach for a blowy now, right? And now they have the admission prices. Yeah. And isn't there like one for kids? Yeah. It's like kids $25 or something. Quite a grim joke there. Yeah. Also, the mayor in this scene, so he's charging the people to get in, and he's wearing giant fake boobs. Yeah, what's that about? For some reason, he's trying to get people to come into the water. Yeah. This part I was very confused by. So the mayor heads into the water, and then we see another guy who's seemingly getting attacked by the mermaid in the water. But then Deputy Dick pops out from next to him and says that he was biting fart bubbles.
So, yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, there's a whole thing about it. A whole conversation.
Yeah.
Snocking.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, it's what. So I think, as you said, biting the fart bubble.
But what does that mean?
So what I can only imagine is someone is underwater with maybe their lips up to someone's butthole,
Yeah.
and as someone farts, they suck the air out of the fart bubbles to stay underwater.
And that's snocking.
Apparently, that's what I gathered, but I didn't know if that was
A real thing.
Is that an actual thing? Is that a term?
Let's not research that. We don't want that in our search history.
Snocking. Yeah, I've never heard of snocking before.
And it has no relevance to the plot anyway. This fart biting.
No. But then here comes the mermaid, sucks off the mayor.
And we finally get to see the mermaid now as well. So we've seen the POV, and then we see the mermaid.
Yeah.
And the mermaid is played by someone pretty well known as well. This is Terry Hall. Do you know Terry Hall?
Not by name.
So she was a very well-known porn actress of the 70s, and this would have been shot at kind of the peak of her fame as a porno actress. She was also in the opening of Misty Beethoven. She was in Alice in Wonderland, an X-rated musical fantasy.
That film fucked me up as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, as a kid. I watched it quite young. It was like one of I downloaded the wrong Alice in Wonderland type moments.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I think it was
traumatizing.
I wasn't too young. I was old enough to have
5.
I was old enough to have the internet.
Right.
So I was a teenager, but I was like, I want to watch Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, no.
And I think off like LimeWire or something, like one of those downloads like sites.
God. Did you watch the whole thing?
No, but I was just like, oh, it's a fucking. I was like, whoa, I got a porn film. I was like, fuck, this is wild. And I started flicking through it, and as a kid, I loved Alice in Wonderland as well. Like I loved the book, I loved the Disney animation, so I was like, hell's yeah. Porn film, I was like, great. So I started flicking through it.
Best of both worlds.
That's what I thought, but no. Because, as a matter of fact, the Mad Hatter getting sucked off is not a pleasant sight. And he is the most upsetting looking Mad Hatter.
Oh, no.
With his just like gross old dick out.
Did it ruin Alice in Wonderland for you?
I can't forget what I saw. Is what I will say. Yes.
I want to see who played the Mad Hatter. Hold on. Okay, I've looked up the film. Yeah, Christine DeBelle played Alice. And
in my head I had Kristen Bell, and on my tongue I was like, I don't think it's her, but it's something like that.
The Mad Hatter was played by a guy called Alan Novak.
Right.
Don't know who he is. And actually, Terry Hall's role seems quite small. She plays nurse. Don't remember any nurses in Alice in Wonderland.
But it's a porn film. You can have a nurse.
Throw a
Give
nurse
him
in
a
there.
nurse.
Terry Hall was also in a film the same year as this that I kind of want to see called Sex Wish, which is a porno parody of Death Wish.
Oh.
Starring Harry Reams.
Death Wish is... What a name. That's one of that demon with the horns that comes out, isn't it?
Death Wish?
I'm thinking something.
No, I don't know what that is. No, Death Wish is the film with Charles Bronson.
Oh.
And it's like a revenge
What's
film.
that film? There's like 4 of them or something, and there's like a demon with horns.
Wishmaster?
Yeah. Wishmaster.
No, that's a few decades after.
Okay. That could be a porn parody of Wishmaster.
Not with Terry Hall, though, mate. She'd be far too old for that by that point.
Good. Could be in gums. Gums, just remove the teeth. Gums too.
So she's not, in this film, she's not really a mermaid, is she? She's just a lady.
She is.
Just a lady.
But she has some face paint on. So.
Got a bit of face paint, yeah.
And a crown.
So she pulls down the mayor's pants, gives him an underwater blowjob, and everyone else is really excited by this and run into the water.
Which everyone's lining up for a blowy.
Yeah, and the mayor's dead. Like, he's been killed by this blowjob.
His death is, like, very unceremonious. He kind of just, disappears.
He's just gone. And everyone running in, I'm like, do you really want this? Do you really want to be sucked off so hard that your dick pops off?
What was that film that we covered? I've heard about the perfect blowjob,
like
the ultimate blowjob. Maybe this is the
Lady
ultimate,
Terminator.
Right. Maybe
this is it.
This is it.
This is the ultimate blowjob.
This is a sequel to Lady Terminator
that he's heard about. Oh my god! It's all connected. Yeah. It's all connected. But yeah. Anyway, she swims away. We see a guy pulling up in a boat with a blow-up doll, and it's our mate. Smegma. Dr. Smegma.
And is he wearing like a vest of carrots or something?
I can't remember, mate. There are too many jokes in this for me to keep track of.
I was just like, what is going on here?
I did love a joke here, though, when he goes to meet Coxswain, which they've already met, which is kind of confusing that they have this scene where they meet each other, but he gives his business card, and it's gigantic. It's like a huge business card, and it's just a big dick. But like, I just love that it was like this giant card. I found that very funny.
Yeah.
And Coxswain.
Do they find a dick on the?
Yeah, well, they're investigating the mayor's dick. So that's the mayor's dick,
right?
That's his remains.
And he drops the line, "Spermus globulus."
Is this where he's like starting to talk about what the mermaid is?
Yeah,
and he calls it a few different things. He's like, it's the giant great white mermaid in heat. It's like a Haitian legend. Yeah. And in America, they call it the great white jaws. And then we cut to the mermaid in a place that we're going to see a few times in this. Yeah. It's kind of like a weird underwater fantasy world.
Yeah, it's like they actually made the whole set.
Yeah, so it's underwater set with these giant cocks.
Yeah,
she's just swimming amongst those. They did go to quite a bit of effort for some of the scenes.
More than I was expecting. The underwater kingdom thing looks pretty cool. It's very colourful.
Yeah. And Smegma, I think he's like, this is as he's explaining the legend of this mermaid, right? And while he's doing this, while he's making this explanation, he also has a hand puppet. A vagina hand puppet.
That's right. What's that about?
I don't know. It's just like, we need another joke in here. Let's throw it in.
Too much, mate. And then Sheriff invites Dr. Smegma around to meet his wife.
This scene is wild. Yeah. Absolutely fucked. And as you said of how unappealing the sex scenes in here, I don't think I could think of a more repulsive sequence that we have here.
Yeah.
So Smegma's heading over with his blow-up doll.
He has a blow-up doll.
Which is his girlfriend, essentially. And he knocks on the door and he's got the wrong place. And we hear a voice answering him. And it's a talking dog.
Yeah.
I'm looking for 233 Cedar Drive.
This is 232. Take a walk. I'm busy.
It's fucking Homeward Bound style. Like, just talking.
Yeah. And Smegma leaves, and then we cut back to the dog who is in this house, who starts talking to another dog, a female dog, and they start dirty talking, these two dogs, and then they start fucking each other. But while we're seeing this gross dog fuck scene where it's like, let's do it doggy style. It's like, well, obviously, you're dogs. And so like these dogs are fucking. And then we intercut the scene with Sheriff Coxswain fucking his wife.
Yeah.
So it's like hardcore sex scene intercut with shots of dogs, talking dogs, fucking each other.
Yeah. It's bad.
It's bad. Bleak.
And I think this is like the actual first hardcore sex scene we get.
Other than like the blowjob stuff,
right? It's an actual sex scene. But it's intercut with bestiality.
It's horrifying.
As if someone was just like, finally, here's the sex. Yeah, and you gotta like blink every now and again so you don't see the dogs fucking.
Oh, it's grim.
It's a full-on bestiality scene.
Oh, God. I feel like it kind of gets worse as well. So Smegma shows up at the right place and Coxswain's like, all right. Yeah. And he says...
mid-fuck, doesn't he?
Mid-fuck, he leaves, wrapped up in a towel, and he says, at least I almost came, which is just such a stupid thing to say. And Smegma comes in, introduces, the sheriff to his date, the blow-up doll called Judy.
So that's it. So it's fucking Punch and Judy, right?
Yes.
Because...
Yes.
The sheriff goes down to meet Smegma. His girlfriend is Judy, and the wife is upstairs who got left mid-fuck. And suddenly, Punch comes in.
Yes.
Punch, the doll.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with Punch and Judy, it's that kind of puppet.
Yes.
Like
so a big nose,
horrific
hand puppet.
And what else does it have?
A big dick.
Human-sized dick attached to this puppet. So let's just take a step back for a moment. So the wife's been fucking the sheriff. He's gone to see Smegma, who's come in with his blow-up doll, and he's left his wife alone, and a puppet with a massive dick has walked into the room and is like, oh, he's finally gone. Let's fuck.
Yeah.
And she starts sucking off this puppet.
Yeah.
Which is so insane. So insane. And it starts coming like mad. This puppet starts spraying out cum like a fucking fire hose into her face.
Yeah. Oh, God. It's like that fucking scene in, is it Team America? The vomit scene? It's that level of velocity spraying out bodily fluids.
And then to make things worse, we then have the bleakest fucking threesome. Like, imagine watching this and being like, oh, yeah, I'm watching a porn film. We cut to Sheriff Coxswain and Dr. Smegma having a threesome with the blow-up doll.
With Judy.
So we're just seeing, like, the sheriff, like a hardcore scene, I guess you could call it that, of a blow-up doll sucking his dick while Smegma's fucking and I've written down a note I've just written, what an embarrassing film to be in for these actors.
Yeah.
What a humiliating scene.
It is bad. But then, again, like, to make things even worse, we have this ridiculous flashback. Is it to when the sheriff's wife used to date, I think it's Smegma's brother?
Yeah.
And there's just a man jerking off, looking at horses.
So, yeah. Oh, dude, there's so many layers of madness to this sequence. Yeah, so I was so baffled by what has happened, but we cut to her riding a pony.
It's the smallest horse I've ever seen.
Yeah, this tiny horse and an old man just wanking off. Like a kind of limp dick wanking
but he's
off.
Like smacking his dick against a pole.
Yeah, and then, oh no, that's right as well. He's got smacking against the pole, and then another man gives him a hat, and he starts whacking his dick with the hat. And then, so the sheriff's wife in this flashback is on this pony, and then all these other men come out and start wanking off too. And then the man who was smacking his dick with a hat also jumps on this tiny pony and they ride off together.
It's the fever dream.
It's
a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah. And then it gets...
We cut back to reality.
Yeah.
Smegma now is fucking the wife. Sheriff is fucking Judy, the blow-up doll. And then, who then joins the wife fuck for a threesome. Yeah. And drops the line, "This is some boner, what do you think?"
Yeah. And then his reply.
Yeah. "It's nice, but show it to me when it's hard."
It's a pretty funny joke, to be fair.
Some cuckold stuff going on there.
Oh, man.
There's a lot.
That whole sequence... Oh,
yeah.
It's kind of... I remember when that scene happened, I'm like, oh, yeah, we're doing this for the pod.
I mean, this was the scene where I was like, this is pretty great.
Yeah.
And this is wrong on many levels.
Yeah.
Not just the wrong rip-off. This would happily apply for a regular season as well.
Madness.
Oh, there's a lot. And then... There's something about chickens in the sea.
Yeah, let's not worry about that.
All right, forget the chickens in the sea.
Yeah, they go in and investigate Norm, the reporter, who I guess has died off screen. And they go and investigate his boat. Deputy Dick is in the water for some reason while they're investigating, getting sucked off by the mermaid. And they rescue him. All things that don't really matter. But then we kick into the kind of the main story part.
Is
film,
it?
I guess.
Is it?
This is like, you know when Jaws becomes like an adventure film?
Yeah.
And the three of them head off to kill the shark. So we're into that sequence.
That's right. They're all on the boat. So hang on. So it's the Nazi, it's Smegma, and the sheriff, right? Yeah.
We don't really have a scene where they meet Captain Clitoris.
They're just on a boat now.
Yeah. They're just on the boat. And we get a lot of fucking nonsense here. There's a hippie woman hanging out on the beach who's jealous of all the mermaid sucking off men. The mermaid comes out and eats her out and kills her for some reason. We don't know how.
So hang on. I thought that there was a line that, because she's dressed like Pocahontas, right? And there's a line that insinuates that she's the secretary of the sheriff.
Oh.
I could be wrong.
Maybe.
And the mermaid just walks out of the ocean,
Yeah.
gives her a little lick, and then she's dead.
Yeah.
But I had to talk about the soundtrack to this, because there's a fucking wild recorder song being played on top. Yeah.
She does a little dance to that song as well, right?
Yeah.
The mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like... she just licked this woman to death. I mean, it's a pitiful lick. It's like a little like, but you're done. And she is like, she dies immediately. And maybe she's got like a venomous tongue or something. I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know. But then the mermaid, again, she has no fishtail. She's just a person. She just like picks up some seaweed from the ocean and just starts like dancing seductively with it on the beach.
Totally pointless scene.
Oh, but then we cut to a good one with Smegma as jerking off in the toilet on the boat.
Oh, we skipped the one bit I did really enjoy. So in Jaws, when they're trying to get the shark and they're like throwing the blood into the water, they chum in the water. Do you remember that?
No,
in this?
what happens?
They're like, instead of chumming, they're throwing porn into the ocean. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty funny
I didn't
joke.
catch that. That's great.
But this scene is also bleak. This smegma in the toilet scene.
This is one of the scenes I was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
It's so gross.
I like this.
Yeah, so Smegma's in the bathroom of the boat's bathroom, wanking himself off.
Yeah.
And then the mermaid's head appears from the toilet and starts sucking him off through the toilet bowl.
The toilet.
It's so gross.
It's pretty grim.
It's very, very
It's
grim.
pretty grim. Toilet blowjob.
And Captain Clitoris comes in, ruins it, starts shouting about the war, and he flushes her down the toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's pretty funny.
It was. And now suddenly they have some kind of dick missile thing.
Yeah,
that
big
they
dildo
shoot to
torpedo. Yeah.
Try and blow up the mermaid or something,
Yeah.
I guess. The dick missile chases the mermaid. Somehow infrared. I don't know.
I love this though. Like, so Smegma's like attached to the torpedo and following her, and he follows her into the big dick world. I did find this very funny that every time they bump into one of the big dicks, it does like a bonus sound. It's like, that was pretty funny. I like the commitment to the bit in that every single time. Then things get really, really weird. So Cockswing and Clitoris are waiting for Smegma, who's down with his dick torpedo. Fuck, this film's cooked. And Clitoris is ranting about Nazis again, and he takes out his secret weapon.
Yeah.
Which is in a bag. He opens up this giant bag, and it's a man who he's dressed up as Hitler.
Yeah.
And he's a man that Clitoris has kidnapped from a dress-up party.
Yeah, so he's not even a Nazi.
No, he's like some hippie guy.
Yeah.
But then the guy is like, all right, I guess I'll be the Führer for you to avoid getting thrown in the water. But then he's like, gives up almost immediately. And Clitoris throws him off the boat into the water.
Which is then met with the sheriff laughing.
Yeah.
Which he's supposed to help him. He's just like cackling away at the man drowning.
It's genuinely insane,
Yeah.
that scene. And then it gets even weirder.
Oh.
So Cockswing is like, oh, I've got my own secret weapon.
Yeah.
And he pulls out this bottle of Chinese medicine.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I could not tell.
I only got that from rewinding this a few times to try
Right.
and make sense of this. And he's pouring it on his dick. So I assume this is something that is supposed to make his dick big to attract the mermaid, I guess.
Okay.
Meanwhile, while he's doing this, Clitoris is down by sort of hanging off the boat.
Yeah.
Wanking off
A harpoon?
a harpoon as his dick. I don't know.
Oh, this is so much.
And then the mermaid comes over and drags Clitoris into the water, right?
Yeah,
Killing him.
Yeah.
And now here we go. This is where things take the most insane turn I think I've ever seen a movie take. Cockswing's putting the stuff on his dick and it doesn't seem to be working. But then it turns him into a puppet.
That's right.
Again, like the Punch and Judy style puppet.
Yeah.
With a dick. So we have a puppet Cockswing with a massive dick.
Yeah.
Then a smegma puppet that looks nothing like smegma.
Yeah.
We only know that because they say it's smegma.
Yeah.
Also is a puppet now.
Yeah.
He shows back up and he has a big dick. So we've got two Punch and Judy style puppets who are Cockswing and Smegma.
How does Smegma change into a puppet?
I don't know. I'm baffled by it. And they've both got these big dicks. And the mermaid gets onto the ship.
This is a sentence.
Gets onto the ship and she starts making out with the Cockswing puppet.
Yeah.
And then Smegma comes over and gets involved and she starts sucking off these two puppets. And I really can't stress how fucked up this is to watch. Like, it's so... It sounds funny, and it kind of is, but it's more disturbing.
It's also very grim.
It's so grim, and...
Was Punch and Judy in itself, like the actual puppet show, is fucking grim.
Yeah.
So to have the puppets getting... Well, with big dicks getting sucked off by a mermaid on a boat. And then followed by a ridiculous...
Slow motion,
long, double cum shot. To the sound of shotgun blasts going off. It's not just cum shots, it's a bouncing off her face and chin.
It's so strong that it kills her.
Oh, it does?
The cum shot blasts her to bits. And not only that, the cum is so hard that Cockswing's puppet balls explode.
That's right.
Fuck, mate.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Good lord.
It's a lot.
And that's it? Then we cut to the end credits and we have another fucked up
fucking puppets.
Of like a Captain Clitoris puppet singing a song.
Oh, I couldn't make it through the credits. It was a lot.
I can't believe that's how this film ends.
Yeah.
Just saying it out loud, it's kind of hard to believe that this exists.
It is not like any film I've seen before. It is entirely unique, entirely fucked up. Very, very wrong. Yeah. Not sexy at all.
No. This is
not at all.
One of the least sexiest films
even
ever made.
Less sexy than that horrific Alice in Wonderland porn film that I saw.
There's nothing. I mean, people can do a cum to anything, but it would be a challenge.
It would.
A challenge to find anything.
Well, what have you got to look at? You got puppets, or you got sex, like, intercut with dogs.
Yeah. And even the bits that are a bit more normal, like the blowjob, I mean, it still has dipping into the coffee, and it's so quick, like, it's really fast. And it just makes me go, like, what is this? Like, why did they... I mean, I'm glad they did put the hardcore stuff in, but was that necessary? Because no one's doing a cum to this.
No.
This film was pretty successful, by the way.
Was it?
It was quite successful as like a midnight movie and made like a couple of million.
Oh my god.
Isn't that nuts? I read, from when I first watched this, I read my original Letterboxd review and I really do still agree with what I wrote here. The last line of my review is Gums is a good argument for human extinction. So that, of course, makes it required viewing.
Yeah.
But it really is just like, this is fucked beyond belief.
And it's just so relentless. It is an exhausting watch.
Yeah. It's only, I think it's like 67 minutes.
Is that it?
But it's a lot of content packed in. And you know what? It's exhausting, but I respect that it went for it. This is not a lazy film.
No.
Robert J. Kaplan went for it with this one.
That old fella.
Oh.
Yeah, I am with all films on this podcast. Normally, I watch it once, so I can just concentrate and enjoy the film as it is, and then watch it a second time through and like make some notes.
Yeah,
and I watched like 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes, and I was like, I'm so exhausted. So I stopped, and then I watched it from the beginning one more time, but whilst taking notes, I just couldn't put myself through it 2 times.
And we, we've left a lot of things out of this as well. There are more fucked up things here that we don't have time to talk about.
I ain't got time for that.
Wow. So I did promise last time that the wrongometer would be high
Oh, yeah.
for this episode. So the wrongometer, how wrong the film is, how fucked up it is, how much it shouldn't exist. This season, we've had to give pretty low ratings because it's these rip-off films, they're not really that fucked up. But this film ranks very highly. And I've been sort of juggling between a 9 or a 10
Right.
for this. I don't think I'm going to go for a 10. I think maybe that's a bit much, but I have to give this a 9 because it's just, I mean, you listen to the episode, right? You know how wrong this is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of wrongness in here. A lot of wrongness. I'm gonna give it an 8. I was like,
respectable.
If I was doing points, I would have done a 7.5. So I'm
Right.
not quite as high as you. And the sole reason being is because they aimed to make it this wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. It's very deliberate, right?
So you can't give it 4 points.
I mean, I have to go for the 9 purely for the dog. The intercut with dog sex is just...
Even regardless of the dog scene, it's still fucking high. Oh, God.
So recently on the pod, we've done the rip-off.
Rip-off-ometer.
How much of a rip-off it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if that applies so much to this.
No.
But do you know what? It does follow the beats of Jaws. In terms of, like, plot, this is Jaws. All of the other stuff is not Jaws.
No. We can give it a 4, I would say.
Yeah, I think I'll do the same. I'll say a 4, just for following the script so beat for beat.
Yeah, but I completely missed that, like, chumming the water stuff with the prawn bags. That was great. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
What a...
Nightmare.
Now.
Next time.
So
you're going to read me the synopsis so I can guess what it's a rip-off of next time.
So, this synopsis is not an easy one to guess, bar a very, very big hint.
Okay.
So, when Tony, a successful businessman, receives a call informing him that he has inherited his late aunt's vast estate, he uproots himself and his wife Annie from New York to Mexico City. Nothing coming to light so far, right?
Nothing.
While adjusting to and exploring their new gothic home, Tony and Annie come upon a mysterious clown doll. Although merely unnerved by the doll's strange appearance at first, Annie soon becomes concerned as it begins turning up out of nowhere in every corner of the house. When a series of fatal accidents occur on or near the couple's property, with the doll always at the scene, Tony and Annie come to the terrifying realization that a sinister force has possessed it and begin a race against time to
This is such a long synopsis.
I know. To figure out how to bring the carnage to an end.
Right. So we got a doll.
Basically, that's all you need.
Yeah. Well, there's only one thing it could be.
Yeah.
Child's play.
Exactly. Nice. The rest of it, though, like...
Yeah, did we need any of that? No. It's such a fucking long synopsis.
Yeah. So, next time we are doing, from 1993, Diabolical Inheritance, also known as Mexican Child Play.
Nice. And hey, follow us on Instagram.
Do that as well.
Give us a review. Tell your friends. Please do the ratings and all that stuff. That's very helpful. And we'll see you next time for Mexican Chucky.
There you go.